Fellas, I love you. I want to talk to you today. I have a public service announcement because I think that many of you don't know or are not aware, and you become so desensitized to this that it doesn't necessarily, I think that you haven't even thought about it. You ready? Being a male does not give you license to cheat on someone. Yes. Being a male does not give you license to give in sometimes and be unfaithful. Being a good provider. Oh, I pay all the bills. Oh, I coach the soccer team. I do this, that, and the third. All those are great qualities. Those are great things that you do. That does not justify every now and again giving in to another woman's skirt when you have a wife already. It doesn't. And I have to say that because I talk to so many men that may have it together on a career level, on a financial level, on, whatever level of a certain success. And when you ask them about fidelity, it's usually, well, I'm a man. And I say, at what level does a real man, because let me tell you something about a man. A man is not, it's not just about, being a provider, leader, protector. You are to have discipline. You are the example. You are to have self-control. When we talk about being a man, a responsible man, a responsible, disciplined man who has mastered self-control and conquering his own body, that is part of manhood, honey. And a lot of you all will refuse to get there. You refuse to get there. And a lot of you, we're older, 40s and 50s and 60s, and it's still like, but I'm a man. So you never reach your full fruition as a man. You've been chasing skirts your whole life. Yeah, and you've been chasing skirts your whole life because you say, but I'm a man. I come to tell you something, that's not what being a man is about. Matter of fact, I would even say this, that makes you a man that's not trustworthy. That man means that you're not a man of integrity. And let me say this too, a lot of you all have a lot of homeboys. Y'all live and ride or die for these homeboys. Oh, you wouldn't do that to such and such. You wouldn't do that to such and such. But when it come down to your lady at home, you would do her that. Huh? You would do her that. Yeah. She don't know about it. I get it. You're not rubbing it in her face. I get that. You don't want to hurt anybody. This is just something that you do for you. But you won't cross your homeboy. You won't cross this person, that person, but you'll cross her and disrespect her behind her back, again, not having integrity because you a man. No, baby, you are a person that's lacking discipline. You are a person that has not yet learned self-control. You are a person that has not yet learned humility in the fact that you believe that just because you have made it to this level, that it justifies you behaving in a certain way. Now, let me say something in your defense, because I don't want to bash and I don't want to be not logical. You have also been conditioned by society. It's in a lot of our culture, especially our minority cultures. Hey, it's not necessarily frowned upon or shamed about. Maybe you grew up in a house where you were in high school and you had 3-4 girlfriends and your mama knew and your daddy knew, and it was not frowned upon. It may have even been, applauded. What do you say when a young boy is young? You say, oh, he's going to be a heartbreaker. Think about that, a heartbreaker. He's going to be a heartbreaker. Think about that, what we're framing and conditioning. What do you say when he's coming into his own in adolescence and teenagehood? We say he's going to get all the girls. These things and these saying in our way of thinking, even we do it. I'm coming down on the men, but we do, well, that's what niggas do. It's as if we don't expect anything more of you. Hey, we have to get to a point where we expect more of ourselves, and we got to get to more. We expect more of you. You want to lead a family? You want to have a family and provide? You put your family in harm's way. Yeah, every time. And I don't care how many rubbers you use and where you put your family in harm's way. Y'all ever seen Fatal Attraction? You don't know what these, you should check it out. That's an old school one. But yeah, it can be one little night, where you give in, you done did right. Your woman happy, your children are happy. You coach the football games, you're deacon at the church. Yeah, it happens. And you just feel like, hey, it's just a little bit. I just gave into my flesh. I saw something. You're a physical creature, right? You're a physical creature. You see something you like and you want to act upon that. It's just something in your brain that you have to experience that. But I tell you something, in order to come to full fruition as a man, when do you get to the point where you say, yeah, I seen it. I saw it. It's nice, but I got too much to lose. I don't know that woman. I don't know what she's capable of, especially when she's hurt. Y'all so dumb. I will say that y'all are dumb. You will cheat with a woman. Let me tell you something. When a woman is hurt, I know because I am a woman. Oh, you think that she won't come for your family? You think that she won't come for your job? You think when she doesn't get her way, you put your family in harm's way? You may be prone to more diseases. This is outside snatch. That don't belong to you. You have some that belong to you, but you will jeopardize breaking a heart, breaking a family. People who are, you might have daughters that'll never trust another man. It's so much on the line with this one act of lack of self-control. And I hear a lot of people, you pro polygamy and this, but it's not godly. I don't care what you say. God may have permitted it. Permitted does not mean that was in his will, because he made Adam and he made Eve. He didn't make Adam, Eve, Sarah, Shamika, and Kamisha and them because he said, hey, you know what? You gonna need that. That's not God, and that's not what he did. And if you want to argue, you can't argue with Bible. You can't argue with the character of God. And matter of fact, I love it when y'all come, Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, and David had this, and Abraham had that. Did y'all read the book? When that's in there, you get to see their ruin. Solomon lost his salvation behind those women. David lost so much behind that act of, infidelity and what it led to. Abraham was in turmoil. Are y'all missing that part when y'all reading the word? No, you're not. You're missing that part because you see what you want to see. Oh, he had a lot of women. Listen, and I think a smart man, one woman, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you a little piece of advice. A woman, one is enough to handle. You talking about hormones and, emotions and this. And I think that y'all are very, very arrogant to think that y'all can handle 2 or 3 full time. You crazy. Unless she just don't love you like that. Yeah, I said it. Unless they just don't. I don't know. And I'm not coming for anyone's culture. I'm not. If that's your culture and that's your practice and you've been, conditioned to that's on you, but that still does not take away from God's design, his design. So I just want to challenge the men when you talking about that you a man and it's in your nature. Are you just giving yourself license to not grow up? Because at some point, baby, it's like the club. It's like the club. You seen, you had it. Some is better than others. It's all the same. It's drinking. It's a dance floor. It's a DJ. That's the club, right? Some are better than others. You have some clubs that are a little low end, some higher end, but it's all going to be the same. There's a bar. There's a DJ. There's dancing. You want to risk everything by going into the club that you done been to the club before. And I know when that moment hints and the enemy is in your ear and that temptation and you just got to have a bite and you got to see what she's about. And we don't, at that point, you don't think about what all you got to lose. That's something that you have to conquer, and that takes self-control. But all I'm saying is stop giving yourself the license to be that guy that can't be trusted, to be that guy that a finger can point at your back, to be that guy that breaks up a family, to be the guy that cannot commit to a family. Thus the baby mama epidemic. And the women, we continue to subscribe to the behavior because you having babies with this man who won't commit to you. And especially I'm speaking on the Black community. You will do it in a minute. We praise it. She having a baby by him, no ring, not a marriage license, not enough, no commitment. You know why? Because we have accepted that that's what y'all do. No. You are supposed to be. God said the woman was the weaker vessel. You are the strong one. Yes, you are the leader. You are the one with the mind and the intellect. But somehow, some way, you can excuse all that when, I'm a man, so I get to dive in some new snatch. No, we will learn to master the art of self. I don't care what your daddy did. I don't care that your daddy still hasn't learned and your grandpa, and it's a genetic thing. That's true. You can be predisposed to that. I'm not taking that from you, baby. I'm not. I know that you've been doing this all your life. I know that, especially a successful man, when women are throwing it at you and you got to be a different level of strong. Listen, I don't claim to know what you're going through. I'm not a man. But I do claim, especially if you want to be someone who has a reverence for God, someone who wants to be like Christ, someone who has to answer on Judgment Day to say, how did you steward the women in your life? How did you treat God's daughters? Because he sees you. Do you think you don't? And you think you get to go to God and say, you gave me a good wife, but I'm a man. I don't think so. Because God gonna say that temple belonged to me, that the temple of the Holy Ghost belonged to me. And that woman that I gave you, that I blessed you with, a lot of y'all have been blessed with some really good women. And what do? How do you treat them? And you think you don't have to answer for that? So your lack of self-control is ruining the family unit. Your lack of self-control is breaking hearts. Your lack of self-control is wounding you because you setting up all these ties and all these soul ties and all these merging of our bodies. And you wondering why you walk around here confused. Y'all think this is a game. So listen. We're going to have to learn to master and come to full fruition to say, you know what, maybe in my day, maybe I used to, but now I know better. I got to be the master of this and I got to turn away. I'm not going to put myself in those predicaments. I'm not going to lean into things that are going to, the word says, stay away from even the appearance of evil. I'm not going, baby. Too many single women there. And this is not you exercising a lack of discipline or self-control. It's just being smart. So you can do what you want to do, but you will call it what it is. Don't say, because I'm a man, say I'm a man who hasn't mastered self-control. Say I'm a man who really doesn't know how to be trustworthy. I'm not trustworthy yet because this woman can't really trust me as far as she can throw me, given the situation. I'm a man who lacks integrity. I can't be trusted when no one is around. I'm a man who's impulsive. I'm a man who cannot be strong enough. Y'all love talking about being strong. Are you strong enough to be stronger than your body? Or do you obey your body's impulses? It's just a thought. So be a man.